thought I'd just have some fun with abstract. Now, I'm going to be using different kinds of media. I'm not sure exactly, but I've got it all laid out. I have my inks, my watercolor, pastel, and also oil pastel, and gouache. Anything will go as I decide where to put it. So I kind of hope that this might influence you to just play around and see what all this stuff does. It's kind of hard to do it when it's standing up on the screen. I tried one laying down a few minutes ago just to see effects I could get. And I will kind of show you a little bit of it. It's with some inks and a little white there. It's just an idea. I'm not going to do the same thing, but I'm just showing you what. So let's get to work. Okay, I have this Fabriano paper. It's all set to go. And it's 30 by 22 cold press. And I'm going to be using a big brush that holds a lot of water because I want to wet certain spots. And I'm going to think about, even though it's an abstract, I want something that has some movement. So I'm going to just kind of wet this area right here, closest to me. Maybe come up here like this. Maybe down there like this. And then I'm going to use some my black Indian ink, and it's Winsor New. I think I'm going to use a brush, something like this, and dip it in the ink and just put it on here. You see what it does, kind of weird things. It's the way that you put it on, and it's not going to go where it's not wet. And it will go there, but see what happens. It doesn't blossom out like this. I like that. I like that feeling. See, it's not wet up there. So I'm going to wet it a little bit more. Bring it up here. I can do like this even. You know, I'm kind of experimenting with this, so it's just all new to me. And so I hope maybe you will do some of this too, because this is a way you really learn how to grow. If you don't experiment and you keep the same style forever and ever, after a while it gets a little on the boring side, I always think. Okay, right now I'm kind of making a shape this way. So I want to have more, let's put something going this way, okay? I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to have it go that way. And again, I'm going to use, I think I'll use a black yet. You can just touch it and have little tiny ones too, see? Now it has this kind of shape, and I'm not too fond of that shape. I like things to go off of the edges. This kind of goes off the edges. Now maybe I should have something coming down this way. So again, I'm going to wet the paper. And I'm going to use some of it's already there. I'm trying to think of a shape, and I don't like, you know, you got to kind of get it shaped the way you want it, but you can always change it. Maybe I'll have it come down this way. Nothing's going off over here, so I'm going to have with that. Okay, I kind of drew on that one. So that's the first step. Now for composition, I'm going to turn this different ways. Right now it's kind of looking like an animal to me. I don't want it to look like an animal. Maybe I'll work on it this way for a change. And I'm going to, of course I always go to purple anyway. I'm just a purple person, I guess. And I like purple. I'm going to use my brush, the same brush, and come in here with this purple. See, I can cover up that black a little bit, but that makes a dark, really dark purple, doesn't it? Okay. You see, I don't know exactly what this is going to be, and I'm not worried about what it's going to be. If I want to, and I don't like it, I can just, well, I'll tell you what I can do. I can put collage on it too. And I didn't wet that spot, you see? What happens when you don't wet the spot? It doesn't go, it doesn't bloom out like that. And then I was thinking, what happens if you spray it? You know, that's another thing. I'm going to see what happens here. Kind of runs down like that. I might need that for a while. You see what it is? Now I'm going to turn it again, because that way you can see what you're doing better. Okay, and maybe now I will spray down here since it will run down. The ink's kind of dried up. On here, which is so thick, and I'm going to go up in here and wind it around a little bit here like this. Go off the page. I went off the page that it's all been playing with the paint. Maybe a little bit more of this down in here. When I do this, give it a little, you see how I'm using my brush? Just kind of like that to give it a little texture. Maybe I'll pick up a little bit redder purple, kind of a fuchsia, and do the same thing. You know, actually, I guess I'm thinking too about this color goes with this color. Now, you know the black, you see what happens with the black? When you put color over it, it turns blacker. So you're going to have kind of a different appearance. Another thing you can do is hold this, turn it a little bit more this way, and hold the bottle upside down and squirt it. This is so much fun. You just got to do it, because it's a learning exercise.